Hi, this is Satish. In this video, you can easily understand Java OOPS concepts. I will explain what is object-oriented programming and fundamentals of OOPS concepts, and then different between object-oriented programming and procedural programming. Object-oriented programming is a methodology to design a program using classes and objects. I will explain clearly with simple examples. In this example, car is a class. Objects are Maruti, Toyota, Honda. These are the objects. So, class is a template for an object. Class is a template or blueprint for object. Object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. When the individual objects are created, they inherit all the variables and methods from the class. Here variables are tire, seat, etc. And methods are drive and brake. Here I will explain classes and objects in Java program. I have created a class named car. Then I have declared the variables and methods, and then I have created the object for the class. Here objects are Maruti and Honda for the class name called car. So object is an instance for the class. Car Maruti equal to new car. So car is a class name, Maruti is an object. So object is an instance of a class. Next I will explain fundamentals of OOPS concepts. These are the four pillars of OOPS concepts: inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. Inheritance. One class acquires the properties of another class is called as inheritance. One class acquires the properties. Properties means here methods and fields. So one class acquires the properties of another class is called as inheritance. The class which inherit the properties of others is known as subclass. The class which inherit the properties of other is known as subclass. And the class whose properties are inherited is known as superclass. Extends is the keyword used to inherit the properties of a class. This is the syntax for inheritance. This is the superclass. This one is the subclass. The subclass extends superclass. This is a simple Java program for inheritance. Here I have created a superclass. Here it is a subclass. The subclass inherit the properties of the superclass. Superclass has methods, addition and subtraction. Subclass has multiplication. I'm creating the object for subclass. Using this object, I'm accessing all the methods, subclass methods as well as the superclass methods. So this is inheritance. These are the types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance. Single inheritance, class A and class B. This class B inherit the properties of class A. This is single inheritance. Syntax is class B extends class A. Next one is multi-level inheritance. Class A and class B and class C. This class B inherit the properties of class A, then class C inherit the properties of class B. So class C has class B methods as well as the class A methods. The syntax is class B extends class A, then class C extends class B. This is multi-level inheritance. Then hierarchical inheritance. Here class A is there and class B and class C. Class B extends class A and class C extends class A. This is hierarchical inheritance. And then the multiple inheritance. Class A is there and class B is there and class C. This class C extends class A and B. This is multiple inheritance. The syntax is class C extends A comma B. Next one is polymorphism. It is a Greek word. Poly means many. Morphism is forms, many forms. We can perform a single action in different ways. It's called as polymorphism. We can perform a single action in different ways. It's called as polymorphism. Two types of polymorphism is there. One is compile time polymorphism and another one is runtime polymorphism. In Java term, overloading and overriding. Method overloading and method overriding. Here it is a simple program for method overloading. In this method overloading, you can see in this class we have three methods. Three methods names are same. See, first method is sum, second method also sum, third method also sum. But inside the sum, the parameters are different. Here 2 parameters, here 3 parameters, here data types is different, here integer, here it is double, but method names are same. This is method overloading. This one is method overriding. Here class, first class, it is a super class. In the super class, I have a method name called show. The subclass extends the superclass. In this superclass, it is overriding the same method. It is overriding the method. This method also, method name also show. Here also show. Here what it will do? It will print parent show. Here it will print child show. So when I create an object for parent, it will print parent.show, parent show. Here it will print child show. This is method overriding. So these are the two types of polymorphism, method overloading and method overriding. Encapsulation, wrapping up of data under a single unit. It is a protective shield that prevents the data from being accessed by the code outside this shield. In this example, you can see the variables are declared as private. So you can't access these variables from outside this class. If you want to access these variables, you can use this getter setter method. This getter setter method they declared as a public. So you can access this getter setter from outside this class. But directly you can't access these variables from outside this class because they declared as private. This is encapsulation, wrapping up of data under a single unit. Abstraction. Data abstraction is the process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. Abstraction can be achieved with either abstract class or interfaces. Abstract is the keyword. In this example, you can see this is abstract class and this is abstract method. Abstract class is a restricted class that cannot be used to create an object. To access it, it must be inherited from another class. Abstract method can only used in an abstract class and it does not have any body. The body is provided by the subclass. Here you can see the abstract class name is animal and the abstract method, the animal sound is a abstract method. There is no body for this, only just declared the method. Then here normal method is there. Then this is the class. Here we have extended the abstract class. Then override this method. Here we given the body. Abstract class have both abstract method and regular method. You can see here, this is the abstract method and this is the regular method. So abstraction is the process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. It is called as abstraction. In this video, I explained about object-oriented programming concepts. Now we will discuss about the difference between object-oriented programming and procedural-oriented programming. Procedural-oriented programming also the another methodology to design a program. We can say C program, C applications are procedural-oriented programming. C++ and Java and all object-oriented programming. So these are the few differences between the procedural oriented programming and object oriented programming. The first one is in procedural programming, the program is divided into small parts called functions. Here it is objects. This is top down approach. OOPS is a bottom up approach. Here there is no specifiers. Here we have the specifiers: private, public, protected. These are the specifiers. I explained this in encapsulation. Adding new data and function is not easy in procedural oriented programming. Here it is easy in object oriented programming. Procedural programming does not have any proper way for hiding data, so it is less secure. Here we have seen the data hiding concept, so it is more secure. Procedural programming, overloading is not possible. Here overloading is there. I explained the overloading and overriding concepts in object-oriented programming. In procedural programming, function is more important than data. Here data is more important than function. Here it is unreal world, like procedural programming is based on unreal world. Here everything is real world. Object-oriented programming is based on the real world. These are the difference between object-oriented programming and procedural programming. Thank you.